Alrighty, we are starting week 8, I think. I'm not sure. Superstar Consultant Success Paths. So, we have done all of these so far, Essential through Star. We're going to start on Superstar tonight. They have recently released Director, which that means if you are a Superstar Consultant or above, you have access to that one. We're not going to be covering that one specifically in this group, but we are going to be going through that. So just if you are a Superstar Consultant or above, just be on the lookout for an invite, at least if I'm your SSD, to take part in that, because that's a big one. So let's go ahead and start with Superstar Consultant Success Path. Again, you can find that under training in your website. Just hover over it and go down to Success Paths, and then you will see all the options. So with this one, just like all the other ones, the training course 1 and the training course Reflect, Revise, Reinforce, those are both repeats. So we really only have 4 sections to go through with Superstar Consultant. This is good. It's really good. So like all of them have just been packed full of information. Again, if you're watching the replay, which I know a lot of our people have to do because of timing, that's great, but just make sure that you are referring back to it. Like this stuff isn't going to go anywhere. So make sure that you are here and focus while we're going through this, but obviously feel free to go back through it on your own time. So I can click through this real quick. I've already done this, but this is literally the same thing, because each time that you do promote, you're going to want to go through and do these things in your business. Evaluating your strengths, seeing where you need help, reflecting on what you've done, identify those areas of opportunity. Again, these are all the same things that have been on all of these success paths, but it's just good to go through this each time. Making sure you have the SMART goals. It walks you through how to do that. And then just more reflection before you get started in your new title. So we will start with training course 2, which is the foundations, the next level of team development. Let me actually go back to this video. We will start with. Let me know if you can't hear
it. Congratulations! You promoted to Superstar Consultant. Persevering through the ups, the downs, and all arounds has enabled you to reach a truly inspiring milestone in your Scentsy journey.
You found success in building a strong customer base and team, the foundation of running a successful Scentsy business.
On top of that, you've positioned yourself to earn a higher percentage on each compensation plan bonus and have added a new bonus. Well done.
Check out the comp plan infographic in the success path for more details.
You can earn additional bonuses as a part of the Annual Sales Excellence and Annual Mentor Awards.
The Annual Sales Excellence Award goes to all consultants who achieve 30,000 PRV or more during the 12-month qualification period. And it comes with a few special perks.
You can earn the Annual Mentor Award by personally enrolling 14 or more new consultants who achieve the title of Certified Consultant or higher during the qualification period. Check out the Scentsy Awards Guide for details.
But we know Scentsy is about so much more than pay and awards. Although those are great motivators, it's a way of life, setting big goals to help create a Scentsy community that shines.
One way to develop this community is by setting a goal to earn Scentsy incentives. Incentives are designed to help you and your business thrive.
And earning an incentive can be fun too.
They are great team motivators. Working towards an incentive as a team is a great way to foster community, collaboration, accountability, and a little bit of hard work.
To help reach your team goals, this success path will also outline how you can effectively support your teammates through coaching and communication.
Knowing how to support your frontline isn't always easy, so we've added some tools and resources to help make it simple.
You'll also have the opportunity to refine the current systems you have in place to complement your own style and schedule. Who knows, you may even learn a couple of new systems to add to your routine.
Saving yourself precious time and energy with systems gives you more time to focus on other goals. Maybe like earning the next incentive trip, for instance.
So get ready to dive in and continue to make this journey what you envision.
We see your star shining, and we can't wait to see you on the other side as a newly promoted director.
Alrighty, so the next level of team development. That's because you have a team. You had a team when you started with lead, you got through star, and now you're at superstar. So you learn what it takes to be a successful and effective leader by implementing the 5 fundamentals of team building. In this course, you'll take a deeper dive into each of these actions to refine and enhance your team building skills. When you understand how these fundamentals work, you can use them in every aspect of your business, especially through positive leadership, so your team grows and excels with you. All right, so the first one is to prepare. Being prepared means leading with intention, something we talk about a lot. You're more likely to excel if you're deliberate in thinking about what your team needs beforehand. You should have a few systems in place so you feel confident mentoring new teammates and confident in taking what you did to be successful and sharing that with your team. So they're going to talk about scalable systems. That is a breakdown of large tasks into smaller, more achievable tasks. Regardless of your team size, you need to be able to work on those systems and share that with them. So things like a 5-day work week, Monday through Friday, breaking that down into how to do those things for them not to get overwhelmed. To compare that to what we offer in Simply Grace and Grit, we have the daily and monthly task, and that breaks it down by day, which you can also break it down to however you need to. It talks about recognizing accomplishments. An important part of being a good leader is recognizing and celebrate your teammates' success. You'll need to set up a system for tracking the progress of your teammates and also a system for recognizing them. This is a great list of small and big things. Things like submitting a party order, achieving active status, recruiting a new teammate, promoting the next title, registering for an event. So with those things, we have Active by the 5th. We do our top 10. We have our banners. We always shout out people for their having their new teammates join. And then of course the promotion shout outs. Registering for an event is a huge one. So if you have a teamie that's going to SFR, whether they be in person or virtual, make sure that you have recognized that, whether that be in a shout out or a text or whatever it looks like. But figuring out those tasks and then figuring out how you're going to do that. This gives you an example of one way to recognize that, and that's posting in the group. So obviously our groups are used for many things, and shout outs is one of those. How you want to do that and where and when is all up to you as a leader. But I'm sorry, hold on. Sorry about that. The dogs want to play. And then having your teammates share the responsibility of being a leader to shout out their teammates is super important too. Onboarding new teammates, that is something that we obviously all need to be doing. We need to be helping them on board. There's tons of information that comes at them at once. Trying to figure out how to minimize that overwhelming feeling is something that I don't know if I'll ever be able to do as a leader, just because there's so much. But gearing them to what's important and what they really need to be focusing on is super important. So making sure that you're sharing the business related information, leading a team that all of your team members are on the same page. There's going to be times that you need to notify your team of important product information, date changes, all of that. And then it even gives you some ideas to consider. Again, this is in the Superstar Consultant Success Path. So emailing a weekly team newsletter may be something you want to start thinking about as a superstar consultant. That is something that I do as a director, star director, superstar director for everyone in my squad. So if you want to take that on right now, go for it. But if you're like, nope, I'm not going to do that yet, that's fine too. You do need to be posting important updates on Facebook, group texts, monthly Zoom meetings, hello, all of those things that maybe you don't want to do yet, but these are the things you should definitely be involved in doing, right? So you should be coming to the Zoom meetings, you should be texting your teammates, you should be sharing on Facebook, all those things. They just want to have a fit. All right, so next lesson. Hold on 1 minute again. I am so sorry. Okay. We are dog sitting, so we have quite a few dogs over here. So team building, discovering who your team is. Take a closer look at the second fundamental of team building, which is discover how to best support your teammates in their Scentsy journey. This involves who they are, what their goals are, what do they plan to focus their efforts on, when do they want to work their business, why are they here. All of those things are super important because they're going to be different for every single person. And though you may not be able to meet the needs of every single person in all of those areas, having a good understanding of that is super important. And I love this because it says, remember, discovery is a two-way street, right? Think back about how much you've learned and grown since the beginning of your Scentsy journey. The same is going to happen with your new consultants. So exploring what motivates them, what excites them, what they like in challenges, and then obviously that why is going to change over time. Foundations, team building, coach. So take a closer look at the third fundamental of team building is to coach. Learn the importance of coaching for team development. Empowering your team, you can continue to work your business and have the time you need to provide attention and encouragement to everyone. It's not a one-time thing. It's going to be something that you continue to do over time as they want it. You want to model the behavior you want to see from your team. We have been taught that, at least Anya and I have from the beginning, that ask yourself, if you had a team of you, how would you feel, right? So if you're doing the things that you want your team to do, you're being that example that they need. Setting goals, making sure that you're sharing those goals and making them those SMART goals like they talked about at the very beginning. Accountability is a huge one, and it can be hard because a lot of people don't like to be kept accountable. Making sure that your teammates meet their goals is crucial. When they succeed, it shows their efforts are meaningful. And your support in achieving those goals is super important as a leader. Their idea of success may differ from yours, and that's something that I'm still working on, right? Because my definition of success may not be the same as someone else on my team, right? So my job isn't to tell them what that definition is. My job is to help them get to their definition of that. So again, encouraging goal sharing, that means you're sharing yours and you're asking for theirs. That's something we do at the beginning of every single month on our team. Checking in regularly, right? So we have our Facebook page. Again, we have our meetings, checking in with them one-on-one, asking about their progress with their goals and what challenges they're facing. And setting a time aside to do these things, right? So on the daily task, there is a day that you're checking in with 5 frontline, or you're checking in with new teamies, or whatever that looks like, making that a system. So make sure that you're checking in and having that one-on-one communication as well. Again, some more examples of recognizing their efforts. So shouting them out on the page, text and phone calls, emails and newsletters, postcards, all of those things that you have seen done throughout your Scentsy time, hopefully already. Use simple terminology. If you use terms like TWV and GWV, I know it's easier for a seasoned consultant to say those things, but it's going to be confusing for someone who is new in their leadership or even new to Scentsy, because they're not going to know exactly what that means. Again, that's an overwhelming part of our business when you first start, where you're like, holy acronyms. I thought that was just an Army thing until I came to Scentsy, and I was like, okay, everyone has their own little verbiage, but taking the time to break that down and tell them what that means. So just making sure that you're keeping things simple, and taking the time to explain what those things mean in a simple way for them to understand you. So the fourth fundamental is connect. So connecting with your teammates, connecting teammates to each other is huge. Connecting your team to resources and tools, connecting team members to the home office for events. So making sure that not only do they know where to find things or how to find things, but they know how to do it, right? So You can give them all the information, but really if you tell them how they can get that information, then they're going to be able to teach that to someone else, and then so forth and so on. Connecting with new team members, again, getting their goals, asking them why they're here. It even has some new consultant emails that you can do, mock-ups kind of. I have one that it's in my Google Doc and I copy and paste it depending on if it's my frontline, someone on my team, reinstate, all those things. Okay. Again, that's a system that I use that I have found that I can use over and over again. It's simple for me. And I'm not saying that I have this all figured out, but I want to be able to connect what they're teaching you to things that you're seeing going on in your business right now. And having that accountability with yourself to say, am I doing these things, right? So this is Superstar Consultant. So if you're not thinking about these things yet, this is proof that you should start working on those. Connecting your team to the home office events, resources, communication, make sure they know how to check their news tab, and making sure that they're using their workstation. That's something that I didn't do for the longest time because I relied on other people. So it says social media is a powerful connection tool. Following their social media channels for engaging content and opportunities to interact with members of the home office team. It says post a message to your team's Facebook page every day to keep it active and engaging. This is coming straight from Scentsy. Include shout outs to people reaching promotions, challenges to keep your teammates excited and reaching their goals, and product training to help them with sustaining their business. It says, pro tip, your workstation has a wealth of help and support. Encourage your teammates to log into their workstation every single day to stay connected. So just like I just said, replication is key. Through consistent application of these fundamental behaviors will turn into habits. Habits turn into routines. Routines turn into systems, and systems into a lifestyle. I love that so much. I'll put that in the chat so I can pull it later. You play a critical role as a mentor and leader for your teammates. Be there for them. Show them the possibilities with Scentsy and encourage them to do the same for their new team members. At the end of the day, everything you do is about the relationships you create and the people in your life. Sponsoring is a wonderful privilege, and you get to help your team members realize their potential and achieve their goals. That's a gift you can always treasure. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Love that so much. And I think that we can all feel that in some type of way in our life. Not standards, Whitney. Okay. So that's a review of what we already went through, but so important. So having that breakdown of the foundation. Let me make sure. Yeah. Okay. Connect. Ready, set, Scentsy. Earn your next incentive. I am so excited about this one. This is great timing for us, as our next incentive should be, as far as we know, that well, I should say historically, it has started next month. So super excited. You never know what Scentsy is going to do, but our trip incentive season is coming up. So earn your next incentive. Incentives provided by the home office are an added perk to your Scentsy business. They're all about motivating you to go above and beyond your usual work performance. By aiming to earn incentives, you not only gain rewards, but also foster the growth of your business. So stinking true. I truly believe that the first incentive I earned as a star consultant really set that foundation for my business because I knew exactly what to focus on. In this course, you'll uncover the step-by-step strategy and essential skills required to earn your next incentive. So it's going to tell you exactly what you need to do to earn the next incentive. And we're technically still in a incentive as well. That's monthly, but discover the purpose of incentives and the various incentive programs available for you to earn. The purpose is a reward offered to you to encourage specific behaviors, achieve targets, or drive desired outcomes. Incentives are intentionally and strategically designed by the home office to align with business initiatives and bring growth to your Scentsy business. So not only are they a reward, but they're telling you where in your business you should be focusing on. Other types of incentives. See, you say incentives and I go right to the trip, but here's the other types of incentives. New consultant awards, sales awards, sponsoring awards, consistency awards, and then the incentive trips. To see all the awards and all the info right here, consultant awards guide is clickable for you. All right, so set clear goals for earning your next incentive. That's the first thing that we do when we get our point system within a trip. Okay, again, my mind goes straight to the trip, but you're going to figure out what you need to do to get there. You're going to need to make a plan. You're going to need to make a goal, and that's where that SMART goal comes in. Figuring out and reflecting on what motivates you and what you aspire to achieve, and then once you have identified the incentive you want to earn, you have to figure out how to get there, right? This is the same video from the SMART goals in the first lesson in this success pathway, so I'm not going to play that again. But it's just a reminder again that you're going to set your SMART goals down into smaller milestones. That way you're reaching something while you go, right? And we've always said it's great to have those big crazy goals, but we need to make sure we're having those small goals on the way to make sure that we know we're going in the right direction, okay? So we're going to make the plan. We're going to assess the requirements. We are going to figure out what we need to do to get there. Really taking time to look at the breakdown for an incentive is important. Making sure that you know when you need to have it by, performance benchmarks that must be met. All of that is very important. And if you don't know, just ask. That's after reading it. There will be a whole tab of, things that you need to do. Same thing in the awards document that they just linked. You know what you need to do to earn Shooting Star. You need to have 500 in your first 15 days. That's very specific, right? So you need to make sure, whether that be breaking it down by day or by week or by 5 days, whatever that looks like for you, to make sure that you're on track to do those things. Prioritizing tasks to earn those incentives is very important, right? So you know that, again, as a new consultant, and this is kind of what we talked about of being overwhelmed for a new consultant. For an example, Shooting Star, you're not going to talk to them about sponsoring right when they start, right? We're going to prioritize that they need to be focusing on sales to earn that first award in their business, because step by step, it's there for a reason. That plan is there for a reason, that system, right? So we're going to focus on the sales. We're not going to talk about sponsoring right out the gate. We're going to talk about setting up that launch party and getting the sales. Having the timeline, this goes along with the SMART goals, a deadline, and then seeking support and accountability. Yes, and booking parties. Booking parties is always the answer. That's where I'm at right now. So the clear goals, the plan, but to actually earn incentive, you must take focused action. Amen. It's not enough to simply have intentions. You must actively engage in purposeful actions that propel you forward. All right, so in the next lesson, we will explore the importance of taking focused action and strategies to help you maximize your efforts in earning an incentive. Love, love, love this one. I love this one so much. Because it's so important. We've been saying this forever, right? So we can have the plan, we can have the goals, but we have to take action. Maintaining focus. To effectively take focused action, it is crucial to maintain clarity and focus on your goals. Regularly remind yourself on the incentive you are striving to achieve. Motivation can be fleeting. Amen. Motivation can be fleeting. We're not always going to be motivated. Take time to visualize the desired outcome and its impact on your life and Scentsy business. By keeping your goals at the forefront of your mind, you create a powerful motivational force that fuels your action. So through all this, it tells you exactly what to do. You're going to eliminate your distractions. They can derail your progress and impede your ability to earn the incentive. Identify potential distractions in your environment and take proactive steps to eliminate or minimize them. This could involve turning off notifications on your electronic devices, amen, creating a dedicated workspace, amen, or establishing boundaries with others to safeguard your focused time, amen, right? Take a moment to write down a top distraction and what you can do to eliminate or minimize it. Not all distractions are able to be eliminated. Let's be real, right? But we do know, hey, you know what? My kids are really distracting at this time. We got to figure out how we can't eliminate them, right? We got to figure out how we're going to, wrong answer. We got to figure out how we're going to do that. How are we going to work with them here? Are we going to include them in our work? Are we going to do a video with them? Are we going to ask our husband or our partner, hey, can I have 20 minutes of uninterrupted time a day? You know, whatever that looks like, that having that accountability with yourself to recognize that and to figure out how you're going to fix it. Breaking down tasks. Again, those large tasks can feel overwhelming, leading to procrastination, just not doing it. Break down these tasks into smaller, more manageable subtasks, and this approach allows you to tackle each piece with greater focus and productivity, and then being able to celebrate that is so important. So important to further motivate you to continue taking the action. Prioritizing high impact activities. So these are things like IPAs. Not all actions carry the same weight. And again, when I say IPAs, that's an income producing activity. Identify the activities that have the highest impact and prioritize them. These activities are the ones that directly contribute to meeting the requirements for the incentive. So focusing on the things that are going to get you there. Using time management techniques to do these, again, time blocking, the Pomodoro technique, and then task batching. Experiment with different techniques to figure out what works for you. Stay persistent and resilient. Get ahead of setbacks by deciding what you'll do if an obstacle arises. All of this to say, we got to be intentional and take action. Tracking progress and making necessary adjustments are vital components of earning an incentive. Achieving the desired rewards can become challenging without monitoring or advancement and adapting your approach. That is why they have a tracker. The next lesson will explore the importance of tracking progress, implementing feedback mechanisms, and adjusting to stay on course to earn that incentive. AKA, this is probably what they're going to talk about, you're not going to earn incentive on accident. Can it happen? Sure. Will it happen? Probably not. And that's why we regularly need to evaluate our progress in any incentive. So making sure that we REP, I didn't even know that was a thing. Regularly evaluate your progress. Set a weekly or monthly time to assess how far you've come and how close you are to achieving your goals. Use objective measures and metrics whenever possible to gauge your progress. Mark your calendars for when you'll do your regularly evaluating progress. Mark your calendar for when you're going to do that. So for example, something I do at the beginning of every month is I check my numbers for annual sales and annual mentor. I need to know where I am on average with that. Thankfully, Scentsy now offers a report and they keep it up to date for you. So all you have to do is click a button to look at it. But that's just an example of working towards an incentive as well. Analyzing those results to then readjust, right? To identify any gaps or areas where adjustments might be necessary. Whether the current approach is effective is what you're doing working. And then consider alternative approaches or ways to do those things. Adapt your plan as needed, keeping in mind the specific requirement of that incentive. They're going to talk about SMART goals again, setting new milestones, celebrating progress, continuing monitoring, correcting your course. So important. So like I said, that could be first of the month. In an incentive, that could be weekly. When I say an incentive, in a trip incentive, that could be weekly, I should say. Something like Shooting Star, that could be daily. Those trackers are on our workstation too. All of that is super important, that you're not only tracking it for you, but you're tracking it for your teamies. And knowing what incentives you're in is super important too. So just making sure that you're tracking everything overall. Most of that is in the workstation. They have made it so much easier than when we first started. I sound really old saying that, but it's so true. Like even the annual sales and annual mentor, that used to be all pen and paper. And now it is the click of a button and it's amazing. So make sure that you're checking that. Because you don't want to be in the last month of annual sales or annual mentor and miss it by a couple thousand or 1 or 2 people, right? We don't want to do that. So making sure that you are tracking that as you go. All righty. What time is that? 7:30. Superstar Consultant Spotlight. Elevate your business with social media. Social media is huge, 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 huge. Everyone on here live knows that, but it is a wonderful resource for your business. In this course, you'll discover an easy to follow system for creating a social media strategy that will elevate your business. You are going to learn the fundamental role of well-crafted social media strategy in achieving your business goals and the key components of a successful social media strategy. Creating a proactive social media communication strategy will set you up for success by providing a structured plan to guide your online presence and posts, allowing you to maintain consistent, purposeful, and effective marketing and communication. I need help with this. This proactive approach helps you avoid operating your social media in real time or from a reactive state. That is me. So, reactive state, running your social media reactively means you are not actively planning posts or shaping your online presence, but instead responding in real time as new promotions, products, or programs arise. I think a lot of us are doing this. In the mode of operation, your actions on social media are primarily driven by external factors and immediate circumstances. Me too, Martha. I do schedule out posts, but this part right here is true. It's so true. Responding in real time as new promotion products. And that is kind of where we are as a company. And that's okay, because we're going to learn how not to do that. So here are some characteristics of running social media from a reactive state. Instead of having a predefined plan, you wait for things to happen and react to them, often hastily. Haphazard? I'm about to say a bad word there. There is no overarching strategy or purpose guiding your social media activities. Your content and responses lack a consistent, intentional theme. They're inconsistent, so posts and interactions are sporadic without a regular schedule or content calendar, leading to sporadic engagement with your audience. Hit and miss, you might miss out on capitalizing on important trends or events as you are not actively planning to take advantage of them. And then stressful, amen. Reacting to every promotion, event, or trend as it arises can be stressful. In a proactive state, you're running your social media proactively. It involves having a clear plan and purpose and a consistent approach to your online presence. It allows you to better control your content quality, engage with your audience strategically, and take advantage of opportunities in a planned and thoughtful manner. My brain does not work like that, I'll be completely honest. So here are some characteristics of running social media proactively. Yes, I agree. Anya said, I think my whole life is reactive. Strategic planning. You have a clearly defined social media strategy in place, including your objectives, target audience, and content plan. You follow a content calendar, scheduling posts in advance to ensure a consistent online presence. Engagement strategy. You actively engage with your audience by responding to comments, messages, and mentions, fostering relationships, and promoting meaningful conversations. You recognize that social media is a two-way communication platform where interaction and engagement are vital. That is something that I have definitely personally can say I've worked on a lot, is making sure that I respond to every single thing that is written to me on social media, because a lot of times I would post and then wouldn't respond to a comment. I try to never let that go anymore. Data-driven decisions. You regularly analyze social media metrics to make informed decisions for optimization and improvement. Your approach is geared towards achieving long-term goals and maintaining a consistent online presence, which can lead to sustained growth and success in your Scentsy business. It's clear that operating from a proactive state is more beneficial to your business. In a perfect world, yes. All right, so we're going to learn the fundamental role of a well-crafted social media strategy in achieving your business goals and key components of a successful social media strategy. It says, for this lesson, grab a monthly calendar to craft out your social media strategy. There are a few of these that are shared every single month on what to share when. Figuring out how many times a week you would like to post about your Scentsy to your social channels, choosing a cadence. Remember, Scentsy should not be the sole focus of your social channels. Building trust with your audience to be sure to incorporate personal content that allows them to get to know you. Identify your Scentsy post cadence, which might involve, for example, 2 Scentsy posts or 3 personal posts weekly. Then looking at a calendar for the month, select the days you will post your Scentsy content, take notes of holidays, events, or occasions happening that month that can tie into your Scentsy content. For example, use a birthday as an opportunity to showcase a special, warm, or perfect for such celebrations in your home. If you're going on vacation, highlight the flexibility of your Scentsy business. Yes, the planning ahead document is amazing to use for this. Pick your promotions. Next, get crystal clear on what you'd like to promote for the month. Sharing everything Scentsy offers can be overwhelming. Amen to your followers. Write down products, promotions, and programs you want to post about for the month. Align your Scentsy content with your business goals. If you want to increase sponsoring and bookings, make sure your posts highlight those opportunities. Once you have identified your posting cadence and promotions, it's time to put them in a strategy. Scentsy's sale framework is a simple and effective format that can be used in your social strategy. So prospect, finding the people to join, host, subscribe, or buy, sharing those products, programs, and offers in a variety of ways, and then follow up, connecting consistently with your network. Prospecting on social media, that's huge right now. It's often an overlooked component on social media. Typically, products and promotions are posted without a clear strategy, relying on posts to attract customers. So attraction marketing. Let's imagine a butterfly net. If you wanted to go catch butterflies, would it be more effective to set up a net and hope a butterfly flies into it, or hold the net, actively seek out butterflies, and then scoop it when you see one? Obviously, the answer is D. Prospecting on social media is actively finding people to join, host, subscribe, or buy. So public sharing. It says share on social media. I'm sorry, I skipped this. At this point, you should know when you're posting, what you're posting, and who you're promoting to. Now it's time to decide how you're going to share. Sharing can be done in a variety of ways. So that whole thing is what I need to work on. Public sharing. Reference your post cadence and determine the format for sharing on the days you selected. Be specific on the post you'll create, whether it's an image, multiple image, video, short form, video, or just text. Now, I will say this all sounds like, well, specifically public sharing, but a lot of this sounds like your personal page. So your personal Facebook, your TikTok, your Instagram, not necessarily your customer group. Though mixing in some of this to your group would probably be helpful too. Y'all tell me what y'all think. So public sharing, reference your post cadence and determine the format for sharing on the days you selected. Be specific on the post you'll create, whether it's, I already read that. So figuring out what you're going to do. And then having a predefined list of content for the month. This is like really planned out. Not even gonna lie, for me, this is really planned out. Having a predefined list of content for the month will be beneficial when it comes to time to create. Instead of facing a blank slate and wondering what to produce, you already have your list of required content, knowing your days to need it by. Don't forget about sharing stories. Write down any ideas for your social stories. Putting up a poll and asking your followers to guess how many free products in your last host received, following up with people who participated, and then inviting them to have a party and free products. I'm just going to chat. Yeah, this is very organized. Yes. One-on-one sharing. Your business thrives on relationships, so it serves you well to sell more in your conversations than your content. Love that. Use social media for connected conversations with your audience will be the key to turning your social media into a profitable avenue. So following up on social media, the fortune is in the follow-up. Consider that many of your prospects and audience may not say purchase, host, subscribe, or join the first few times they see your content or engage with you. But when the time is right, they may be ready to do business with you. That's why we follow up. Creating a system for keeping track of people to follow up with is a great tip. It can be simple as using notes in your phone with their name, a quick note about your interaction, and then most importantly, a date you'll reach back to follow up. Strategic planning to evaluate your business on social media. So good. I feel like this is definitely an area where I can improve. Social media is a two-way communication platform, like we just talked about. Creating an engagement strategy involves deciding when and how to engage. Avoid the post and ghosts, like I just talked about. Selecting specific days and times for engaging on social media. So taking that time to set aside. Anya says intentionally scrolling, right? Avoid getting caught in social scroll vortex by setting a timer. So intentionally scrolling, going through, looking for people that you're going to talk to, follow up with, engage with, is so important. Knowing your audience. Understand the interests, preferences, and behaviors of your target audience. Tailor your content to resonate with them, creating a more personalized and engaging experience. Diversify content formats, so keep your content fresh and appealing by incorporating various formats such as images, videos, polls, interactive. Experiment with different types of content, discover what resonates best with your audience so you can maintain a dynamic presence. And then user-generated content. That is content provided by others who use Scentsy products or programs. So ask your customers, hosts, subscribers, and team members for pictures, videos, review that you can use. It not only strengthens brand loyalty, but also provides authentic testimonials. So Maggie went live yesterday in Simply Grace and Grit and shared about this, sharing, those public thank yous, showing what people are ordering, having them share a picture of their warmer, or having them even share the story that you're thanking them in can go a long way for your business. All right, last but not least in this one. Informed decisions are the backbone of a successful social media presence. Most social platforms require a business or professional account to access analytics. If your account is set to private, you'll need to switch it. Use these tips to make data-driven decisions. Get familiar with the analytics provided by your preferred social platform. So just making sure you go in and see who's looking at it. A quick YouTube search can help you understand your platform's analytics if you're not familiar with that. Identifying patterns and trends, adjusting your strategies based on what the numbers reveal, whether it's optimizing posting times, refining content types, or targeting specific demographics. When getting started, it's helpful to focus on recognizing which content triggers the highest number of comments and shares, right? So we want to make sure that, for me personally, it's always asking someone's opinion on my Facebook. That is how I think I stay relevant with a lot of people, right? They are going to tell me an answer of something random, not anything to ever do with Scentsy, but that hashtag ask Facebook. I mean, I even asked Anya this week about TikTok. I was like, what is going on? Ask your opinion. I knew that. I just need to be reminded, right? So doing that on our social media profiles, making sure that we are staying social. And then that routine for continuing to check that data is super important too. So going through and making sure that we don't just go and check it tonight, but we go and check it monthly or weekly or whatever that may look like. Yes, people do love to give their opinion. All right, it is 7:45, but we only have one more training for, so we're gonna knock Superstar Consultant out tonight. I know, Martha, you have to go. That's totally fine whenever you need to, but then we can X out that last day. So it only has 3 lessons. This is going to be about providing excellent customer service. Prepare to share Scentsy. We know, good Lord, I hope you know us as a Superstar Consultant, this is a huge part of your business. That this is something you get to provide is amazing customer service. So one of the best ways to ensure customer satisfaction and loyalty is providing that. It builds trust, shows your customers that you value them, that you're not just about their sales, that you care about them, that it's based on relationships and getting to know people. Great customer service for you may look different for another consultant, and that's totally fine. That's what makes our customers our customers. Figuring out how to make your customers feel valued, keeping those 2 things in mind. You don't have to do everything. You have to choose what fits your schedule, your lifestyle, and really what is you. Because if you start doing some crazy extravagant stuff and you're not a crazy extravagant over the top person, 1, it's probably not going to be repeatable for you, but 2, your real friends and your close customers are going to, they're going to know. Okay. Everyone loves to try before they buy. So preparing to share Scentsy. This is something that is another perk of our business. Not only is it a consumable, but it is easy to make samples. Enjoyable, not all the time, but easy to make samples of our products. Yes, absolutely. Product samples introduce current and prospective customers to fragrances that maybe they haven't experienced yet. Hello Scent of the Month, right? We have an opportunity every single month with that. It says before you create samples, you need to know who will be receiving them. You might choose to share seasonal fragrances with your holiday loving friends while you share Scentsy oils with people who love to be pampered. Taking a second to identify your target customers before you decide on what to create is an idea. Setting a goal with that. I've never set goal with samples, I'll be completely honest, but you're handing out samples with the hope of a full-size product purchase. So don't forget this important step and make sure that the investment of your time and resource are profitable. So you can purchase several ready-made samples and supplies through the consultant store, like the stickers. Love those for new catalogs. Felt samples. The felts personally can be bought on Amazon for much, much cheaper. They're not as cute, but they work. Wax molds, same thing. They can be purchased somewhere separately. Sample packets, or you can make your own. So if maybe price isn't an issue, but convenience is an issue, then maybe you want to get everything through the consultant store. But if price is an issue and you need to be a little bit more creative, then you can do that. So you're going to purchase a product to sample or use one that you have on hand. Divide the products into a suitable baggie, mini bottle, or felt sample. And then attach product use and contact information. Never, ever, ever, ever give your sample or anything Scentsy without your information on it. And then making sure you track the cost of your samples, right? To make sure that, again, your investment is going to be worth it. It says avoid making samples of scent circles, scent packs, Scentsy pods, or car bars. Altering these products into smaller sections or pieces may be harmful to the user. I've never even thought about doing that. But I always say this scent is available in this. Steer clear of making samples of most body products. That is just business wide. Usually you don't want to make body cream samples, but view the use and care instructions and product ingredients for the products that you're making. All About Samples group on Facebook is amazing. They have everything, all the samples made up for you. Just a little plug for them. And then share. You can make your samples, but if you're not sharing them and getting them out, then you just wasted a lot of time. There's nothing worse than spending your time and money on samples only to never hand them out. This is your opportunity to share how Scentsy can enrich someone's life in a new way. So send samples in the mail, include samples when you deliver orders, carry samples with you wherever you go. Make sure to track who's getting your samples, whether that's in a spreadsheet, notebook, follow-up binder, notes on your phone. You're going to need that information for following up with them. If you're sampling out to people and you're not tracking or following up, yes, you have to. You have to. Honestly, I've gotten away with it with Send Them Up because I do get a really good response with those. But I need to get back to that to say, honestly, a lot of that is just recognizing, hey, did you get your free gifts from me? Just wanted to see how you like it. I wouldn't say that exactly, but you know what I mean? To say like, hey, did you get your thank you mail? Want to see what you thought of the scent, right? Having that contact, having that one-on-one communication is so important. And a great customer service perk. Recognizing special events for your VIPs. So that could be orders, birthdays, anniversaries, hosting, subscribing, VIPs. What is considered Happy Mail worthy? It's important to determine what you will receive Happy Mail right out of the gate. I'm so sorry. Come. And then when you have a team, you may also consider adding some of the following to your list for them: birthdays, anniversaries, promotions, sales, and recruiting. You don't need to do it all, right? So all of that is great and sounds amazing, but that's a lot. So pick one from each list and go with that. keeping it simple. Doesn't need to be an extravagant gift. It can be a handwritten note. It can be a shout out on the page. It can be a sample. It can be a shout out in your VIP page. It could include exclusive or a teaser, product tip. I mean, these are great. Don't forget to include your PWS information in all of your Happy Mail. Again, all your information. And then asking yourself these questions. When will I create Happy Mail? How will I track what's coming up? How will I track what I've sent? If you're not tracking what you're sent, that's super important too. And then make sure you're not overwhelming them by sending too much. If you're spending too much, you're probably sending too much. That's my motto right now. Make sure that you haven't accidentally skipped someone, and make sure you're sending curated mail that will boost your business. So while Happy Mail's primary goal is to provide excellent customer service, you can also use it to plant seeds for new opportunities. For example, if you decide that every thank you card also receives a felt sample, it's important to track what sample you sent, so what sample you sent to who, so you can follow up with them. And then making some perks exclusive. Maybe you want to spoil your Scentsy Club subscribers. You can do so by offering exclusive perks to your VIPs. There's just so much you can do. Again, Anya just put it in the chat. Don't do it all. Just pick one thing and try it. Stick with it for a little bit and see if it changes anything. So take advantage of one-to-one personal specials. So I actually posted about this here, was it today? Yeah, this morning, about a personal special with the Warm Word of the Month. Scentsy not saying you can't do personal specials. They're just saying you can't do personal specials publicly. So personal specials are an easy way to make sure your customers feel appreciated while maximizing your profit potential. You can create and offer a personal special to your customers' likes and preferences, which makes them feel valued. Customers appreciate the time and care you took to create the special, and you maximize your earnings in the process. What is a personal special? So a personal specials, they're any kind of discount, giveaway, or other special consideration that may be used as an incentive or reward for customers, host. Personal specials may only be offered privately via one-to-one communication. And then it has the compliance guide link to see what is defined as private and public. After you review that, if you have questions, obviously ask someone on your team, but make sure that you're going through that compliance guide. You agreed to that when you became a consultant if you weren't aware. So make sure you're checking in on that. And then talking about using the personal special, think about something that your customers would enjoy. It even gives you examples of what you can offer. Uber driver, teacher, people who have ordered a lot. Like, all of these are examples of what you can do with your personal specials. It even tells you to run certain reports to pull to see who is the customer purchase history report, something they've been wanting to try, right? Maybe they mentioned on their order that they didn't get everything they wanted yet. Having that one-on-one communication with them to let them know, hey, we could get that at a party, I'll throw it in for free, whatever that may be for you. And then what may prompt another purchase. It's important to always think ahead as a consultant. Think about how you can turn a personal special from a one-time purchase into a recurring revenue. So, Scentsy Club, but this is an example. I hope your summer is going well. I wanted to let you know that if you're looking to stock up on some summer scents, I'm offering a free cotton cleanup with every 6-bar bundle for this month only. Hey, Millie, I'm running a special for this month for all my VIP customers. Spend X this month and get 10% off your total order next month. Let me know what you need to stock up on. These are great opportunities. Now, with this personal special, to get that 10% off that you're offering, you're going to have to figure out how you're going to enter that without going into your pockets. If you have that set aside for your business to spend, that's great. But just make sure that whatever personal special that you are offering, that you can provide that. Okay. Everyone loves feeling special, and offering personal specials is a great way to do so. Create special, unique to your customers specials unique to your customers and offer them a one-on-one basis to create customer loyalty and growing your business. Creating samples, sending happy mail, and offering personal specials are just 3 ways to provide excellent customer service. But remember, again, you don't have to do it all. Try out what you think will work for you and your business. Create a system to do it consistently and jump in. So, if you are feeling that maybe you need a little bit of an increase in your customer service, these are 3 examples that you can start with. It's not telling you to do all 3. It's saying pick one and start doing it. Okay. Again, loads and loads and loads of information. Like I said at the beginning, these aren't going anywhere for y'all. Let me go ahead and stop the recording. Oops. Maybe.